Beautiful Vengeance 348 toy hauler here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Michigan's #1 brand of toy hauler, actually. Not a coincidence, we happen to be their dealer. And 11,915 pounds, plan your 3/4 ton or better accordingly. Give us a call if you need a vehicle. We have vehicles here too. We do truck and trailer package deals all the time. Hitching, trades, pieces, parts, financing, whatever you need, we only do everything. This is a brand I've got a lot of respect for. We were one of their very first dealers when Vengeance was first created, basically. And we've watched them grow and improve and just keep getting better every year. A little bit of backlight, hard to see, but this actually has a nice big basement because it has a pretty extensive upper deck. Outside TV hookups right over here, you know, so if you are gonna put a little picnic table down here or something, you've got perfect little access to TV points. There's nothing wrong with looking a little bland outside, and Vengeance has always focused its money more on the nuts and bolts and the stuff that's important as compared to just pure cosmetics. And they found a way this year to make this thing look like dynamite, man, while still being the good, reliable coach that we know and love it for. Fully painted automotive nose cap, aluminum frame, laminated walls, all the stuff you would expect. Full walk-on roof, naturally enclosed heated belly and living cabin. I love the nose cap on this thing though. It sets the tone. You will turn some heads cruising down the road. The LED accents really help pop some attention to it. And the nose cap design here is something originally they came up with just because they thought it looked neat. But what they found out is when that's sitting right behind the cab of your truck, it has something like a spoiler effect. And they've kept it ever since because it helps with the aerodynamics of it in a sense. Not so much like you're going to get better miles per gallon. It'll help with handling because it'll keep you know, the weight in appropriate areas. Again, there's a better look at the pass-through storage. Good pass-through storage right here. It's plenty for, you know, a couple weekends out having a good time. Water hookup docking station over here outside. You know, I want to say black tank flush, all that stuff. And again, smart features for quality reliability, like the seal gripping, leak preventing slide walls that we see over here. They grab those slide seals and keep them taut so that the slide seals are sure to wipe all the way in or out and not get caught halfway. I also like the fact that this is just a classic thing, but they still include a nice little sewer caddy here. A lot of brands don't do that. And I like that because it lets your outside stuff stay separate from your inside stuff. This is a tandem axle. There are some triple axle Vengeances. It just depends on the GVW that they're looking for at any given point. Big equal flex suspension system here too, so that you've got that horizontal shock dampening here to help soak up those shocks and jolts. That helps. What that's doing is it's keeping the trailer from rocking back and forth and feeling like you're going to chatter your teeth to death. Another cool thing with Vengeance, anywhere you see Vengeance, they have either tied for or the best fuel tank capacity in their class. They're very big on having big fuel tank capacities. Seems to be less of a critical issue here in the Midwest, but we sell all over the nation, and our folks out west have really appreciated that. Another late 17 update is they went to the permanently attached side mount ladder there, so that you don't have to you know, have an extra place you have to wrestle and juggle that thing. I love their quick setup patio system. You can literally just fling the gate open and it locks in place. Also, something I want to really point out here are the double power patio awning, both with full length LED lighting. Because someone's going to say, well, that one awning's really eaten up by the slide out. To an extent, sure, but it's nice that it's protecting the slide, by the way. Don't forget that. So they said, no problem. We'll put an extra awning over here just to give you awesome patio space. Usually a Vengeance has a single 21-foot awning. This allowed them to give you more patio coverage. And look up here at the roof line. You see that wrap over roof line? That's a structural improvement used by a ton of brands, but it's a good indicator of a quality piece. The floor deck they use back here, it's like a 3/4 inch floor deck. It's like a 0.75 inch floor decking on top of the subfloor with residential insulation and a thermal foil barrier below that for reflective qualities. Long story short, this has a fairly well insulated garage floor, as well as really any garage floor could be, because you can't enclose and insulate the garage floor if there's a fuel holding cell. That's just a government no-no for fire code regulations. So like a lot of things, we got the Happy Jack bed lift, and by the way, you can leave the bed up when you're at your campsite, so you can leave this down just like for a rear living room. And that's the thing, the name toy hauler is so grossly outdated, but it's probably never going to change. There's different names you could apply to this thing, but long story short, what this lets us do here is we can have a rear living room, we can have a guest room, we can have a bunkhouse. That's actually becoming very popular use for quote toy haulers, is an alternative bunkhouse, because you can get some awesome sleeping capacity back here that, I mean, on a rainy day, tell me where the kids would rather hang out, in a 13-foot garage, because this is a full 13 feet, or in like a 4-foot bunkhouse. They're gonna love this thing. Plus you can use it for other stuff. Now, these come with a little indoor-outdoor rug. They just have to relax a little bit. It's cold, so it's wanting to curl on me. Normally, that'll lay down just fine. But notice the big dovetail on here for easy loading. There's a whole bunch of recessed D-rings in the floor under that. But what I like about that rug is it gives you that nice feel of a second living room. Or pull the screen down, and we've got a 3 Seasons wall. But notice that you can leave their screen like halfway down. You can't do that with a lot of them, guys. A lot of them have to be pulled all the way down, and they latch at the bottom magnetically, which there's nothing wrong with that. I simply like the fact that I can pull it maybe halfway down. That's just a personal thing. Both of these little rollover sofa benches have the little theater-style armrest that can stick out, and they, when they both roll down in the sleeping position like this, they meet right in the middle, so you've actually got 2 of these big giant monster bunks for huge sleeping. Easily sleep 4 back here. If you want to get cute, throw an airbed on the floor, sleep a couple more. Actually, you know what? There's so much space here in a 13-foot garage, you can probably do 2 airbeds and sleep a ton of kids. This is a bath-and-a-half model with a loft. Very family friendly, very handy. I love the updated floor plank print that they have going on there too. Nice little half bath back here just to be able to do your business and wash your hands before you stomp through the rest of the coach. TV center right here. You'll find, you know, your living room TV is generally going to be included with these. Supplemental TVs are either an aftermarket purchase, or give us a call and see what we need to work out to earn your business. I'm not going to lose a deal over a TV, but, you know, we try to keep these vengeance. This is what I call kind of like the working man's toy hauler. So we try not to get too nuts equipping these, you know, we try to be smart. But something I want to point out that's easy to miss, and I'm glad they put a glass insert in that door, because it helps you understand how big the garage to living area pass-through door is. It's an extra big wide door, so sometimes people like to put chairs back here. You can actually pass chairs through there. Now, a lot of people think a lot of times, well, this ladder stops me from getting in and out. No, not really, because you can just sort of push it, walk inside, and let it go. You don't have to like juggle that ladder all the time to get up and down to the loft. I would just, personally, I just leave it there all the time unless I'm running the slide in. Now, a lot of people say, well, I don't need a loft for sleeping space because I don't need to sleep 8 people. It's an attic, guys. Just use it for storage. You can throw so many big totes up there and hide them around the corner out of the way. And if you've got a little one that just has entertainment needs, there are extra TV hookups up there as well. Let me back up here a little bit. I love what they're doing with their interiors. So they've done the little indirect accent lights for a while now. They look absolutely great. It just, again, it really is more cohesive now than ever, interior to exterior transition, or exterior to interior, as it were, as we just did. Because, you know, you've got those blue accent lights on the nose, you kind of have the same thing going on in here. But at night, that's the perfect night light. If you want the kids to be able to see that, well, actually, they've got their own half bath, but like if you want to sneak down to the refrigerator and pick off some leftovers, easy way to do that right there. So we've got kitchen and living room slide outs opposed to one another. We'll come back to the kitchen in a minute, although I do want to point out this huge floor to ceiling pantry. You've got great storage there, and it's very unassuming. You don't even realize it's there. Electric space heating fireplace below the swing out TV mount. So the TV's on a nice little angle here for easy viewing, but if you want to sit just right there on Boardwalk and Park Place, you can do that on that 4-place reclining party couch over here. So you can see that each seat reclines on its own. There are table legs and a table that can go there if you want to use a sort of dinette function. But I want to check out the, you see these wooden plantation type blinds we got there with that extra little LED accent light. These things are great. I like them because, one, they look very beautiful, very residential look and feel. But they're rugged. You can like hit them. If you accidentally bash your elbow into this, who cares? they're not going to break. They're not going to get twisted up like metal mini blinds. You're not going to have to restring them like a traditional pull-down shade. They're a little more expensive, but they're much, much nicer. And you can clean them, guys. You can actually get in there and clean those things. This is a suggestion Vengeance actually took for me. These used to just... This used to be open, barren, nothing here, and it looked cool and open, but I said, man, you guys have these super duper tall, like, I don't know, 7.5 foot slides or whatever they are. Put a little storage up here, guys. And they went, huh, that's a good idea. So it's testament to the fact that they do listen, and one person can make a difference. So we saw that big floor-to-ceiling pantry, not to be outdone by more big storage over here, and I like that big residential electric fridge. It has a 1,000-watt inverter, so it can stay cold going down the road, by the way. I like the little double drawer setup on there, too. Very, very cool. Now, instead of putting a microwave 7 foot high, where my wife, love her to death, but she's gravity-friendly, unlike myself, who I'm pretty tall. She wouldn't be comfortably using a microwave up there. So instead, they put a convection microwave down here. And personally, I wish more towable RVs did this. People just generally don't use ovens. Putting a convection microwave down here makes so much more sense to me. But look at the countertop space. Just contained within the slide out. You've got space on both sides of the oven. Or stove, pardon me. That is not normal. They made the slide extra wide to be able to do that. It's so handy. Big cross-breeze window with appliance outlets, and you'll see more outlets over here. And all of the countertops, by the way, are a sealed edge pressed membrane. They are waterproof. That's why they have a recessed sink. And notice you've even got little indirect lights under the countertop. Again, kind of like an air traffic controller light at night. With the recessed countertop, like I said, being waterproof, you can go to a big old stainless sink. They call that a farmhouse style sink, evidently. That's a term that I discovered this year. Big lower cabinets and plenty of good drawer space down here too. This has an awesome kitchen. This has very good kitchen and living space for a very budget-friendly toy hauler. Hey, how you doing, Lenny? Catch up with you later. That's one of our techs, Lenny there. Big Steelers fan, really good guy. We're not going to hold the Steelers thing against him. I can't say much. Living in Michigan, we've got the Lions, which, I mean, they're having a good year this year, but you have to be a Lions fan to admit that you're a Lions fan. So being a 102-inch wide body coach, we've got 3 extra inches on both sides of the bed for walk-around space. But take a look at this. This bedroom, not only is it wider, it feels massive because of these huge windows that we have going on here. They've got a crazy good lighting package and massive windows up here. I could turn off the lights and you're really not even going to notice the difference because there's so much light coming in from the windows. So we've got an easy walk-around bed, storage below, plenty of walk-around space. You can stand in the bedroom and get dressed, and you can still stand in the bathroom here and get dressed. How cool is that? There's plenty of room everywhere, and this is the same waterproof countertop with a big adult-friendly sink over here because the kids are generally going to use the half bath downstairs. This is mom and dad's bathroom most of the time. They've just really done such a good job of all the things that matter. That's what I like about this. Everything that matters, nothing that doesn't. Now, where they could, they've got some nice little cosmetic treatments, but that's just a fabric swap. This doesn't really cost them any more than another fabric, so they use something that looks good without costing you a bunch of money. That's the message here. They spent the money on the important structure and feature items that are going to determine how much you enjoy this thing because you're going to use those things every day without spending their money on fluff stuff. So, give us a call. 800-256-5196. Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.